I don't know what I did. I'm stuck in the wall. I'm stuck in the wall. I was trying to get Monokuma plushie. And I'm stuck in the wall. Alright then, we're gonna have this little music in the background, but welcome back to Danganronpa 2. After that little event of me getting trapped in the wall, I am now back. I wasn't able to get one of the Monokuma plushies, the one in the Monokuma archive. And the reason for that is, Chapter 4 takes forever to get to the free time. And with me getting trapped in the wall, I'd have to do everything all over again, because I tried going to the investigation point, but you don't get to go to the Monokuma archive in the investigation place, because you don't get to go to the second floor. Once you go to the second floor, once you go to the second floor, you have to answer the phone, and once you answer the phone, you're Kameda in the Strawberry House, and you have to do the final dead room stuff, and I don't want to do that all over again. And what do you call it? And by the time I can get to the Monokuma archive, I could have just wasted a lot of time doing something else. So there's one plushie I've not got. It's somewhere in the middle of the Monokuma archive, bookcase things, but I don't know where. I can never figure that out. I'll post the photo on the video, so you'll probably be seeing it now where it is. I'll get it offline. I'll get it online. So it's not mine. It's not my screenshot. It's someone else's. But I was able to get the one on the roller coaster and Netsumi Castle. If you look to the left of Netsumi Castle's gate, there's a big wall. Monokuma's plushie's head is sticking out of it. Otherwise, this is Chapter 0. This takes place before everything else. And it's just a little side thing, so this won't be an episode all by itself. This will continue to Chapter 6. I was thinking about making this episode all by itself, but it'll probably be short. Anyway, it would be wrong to say it was swaying from side to side. It was actually shaking rather intensely. The room I was in, it was shaking from side to side. The shaking was quite irregular. Just when you thought it was a series of small shakes, it would suddenly shake violently. And every time that happened, I'd have to steady myself with my foot. I can't stand up very well, but for me it was comforting. I never thought not knowing what to expect would be so fun, so I was feeling rather excited. But I figured I'd get bored of the feeling soon enough. That's what I was expecting. For me, a person who is loved by talent, detecting regularities among irregularities wouldn't be that difficult. How boring. Do you like ships? On the other side of the dark room I heard a voice. It was clearly directed at me. You look like you were having fun. So that's what I assumed. You do like ships, right? Ships? Oh, that's right, so that's it. So this is a ship. So you just realized that. Is it really that funny? Hey, if you want, care to talk a little? The silence was starting to bore me. Instantly I saw his true character. The overfamiliar attitude, the friendly smile, but under that thin skin I can detect a foul, offensive odor, like some kind of petrol slime. In a sensible way, of course. How should I put this? Was a smell exclusive to those who were already finished. Nice to meet you. I'm Nagado Kameda. Anyway, lucky me. It's been a while since anyone was willing to talk to me, so to share a room with a person like that. Yep, I'm definitely lucky. Lucky? So that's your talent. What a boring talent. A boring talent, huh? Well, that's exactly what it is. But for someone I'm meeting for the first time to see that so suddenly. That's because I have luck as well. Huh? Even I possess a talent as boring as luck. Possess, huh? I'm starting to get really interested. Who are you? You're obviously from Hotespeak, right? So you're one of us. But that's weird, this is the first time I've seen you. Hey, can you tell me why you're here? How did you end up here? How boring. Sorry, I'm often told I'm terrible at making conversations. Not you. This world. Huh? This world is full of boring people. People who lack talent stick together and oppress those who do possess talent. Even though they know they're insignificant, they don't try to acknowledge their true superiors. They are profoundly desperate to drag them down to their level. And because of these bastards, this world has come to a deadlock. This world has stopped evolving. Boring. Well, the world is shaped by the will of the majority. It makes sense that it bends to those who lack talent. That's why you're in our present situation. Or perhaps, does this have anything to do with the reason you're here? Boring people make no contributions to this world. Not even a speck of dust. That's why my teachers taught me that. A certain degree of selection must be performed. Looks like they had high expectations for you, huh? That's completely different from me. But what are you planning to do, now that you've ended up like this? There's nothing you can do, right? Listen well, using people is a talent too. It is now my turn to use that person, just as they used me in the past. That person? Are you talking about ultimate despair? But now, I mean they're already. I have it with me. The contribution that person left with me. Even now it rests in my pocket. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm definitely lucky. I can't believe I'm speaking with someone as amazing as you. Whoa, what the hell? That's... what? Oh my god. Those fingernails, and the fact that he's saying her. Is he talking... is that Junko's hand? Wow. Because the fingernails were an important thing in Danganronpa 1, remember? We were explaining how it's not Kirigiri because of the fingernails and stuff like that. But, I mean, it could be anyone else's, but it's too important, I bet. He fucking cut off Junko's hand. Then will I be able to see her again? Will I be able to see the person I hate with every fiber of my being again? And this time, will I be able to kill her this time? The person I hate so much. Hate? Explain your hand. This? The end of that bandage is a woman's hand, right? Isn't it amazing? I can't move it, of course. I mean, it's not my hand after all. But even now, it still hasn't rotted. Maybe that means it's becoming one with me. Isn't it amazing? I have successfully become one with ultimate despair, my sworn enemy. Oh my god, it's Junko. I see, so you salvaged the body. You really are a boring person. I don't want you to misunderstand. I just see her as my enemy, you know? Because she's my sworn enemy, because I hate her so much. That's why I took her power. And for that... wait, huh? Do I hate her? Huh, that's strange. Huh? Look out the window, we're finally here. You're starting to see it too, right? That's Jabberwock Island, isn't it? Isn't it exciting? I wonder what's going to happen on that island once we get there. What's going to happen? I can already predict what will happen. I already know because I'm loved by talent. No matter what happens, it's no concern of me. I will not be able to participate in what lies ahead. Really? I don't really understand, but... I guess we have parted ways for a while. That's disappointing. We seem to get along pretty well. Hey, can I see you again? There is no reason we'll ever meet again. After all, you're boring. Your talent, your thoughts, your entire existence is boring to me. You really don't play along, do you? Well then. And we didn't get to see the guy's face. I'm guessing it's a guy. Huh? What is this? Oh. It's a door. There's a door. A door? Why is a door here? Where am I? How did I get here? Where am I supposed to go? What's going on? I'm back here. What the hell? Isn't this a classroom? But even so, it's so very strange classroom. Why am I in a place like this? I went inside the ancient room with everyone else. And I arrived into a place that looks like a trial ground, but then why? A violin! It's not connecting. I don't know why I'm here. It's like there's no connection between here and between how I left the trial ground and how I ended up here. Just like before, when we all gathered in the classroom just before we arrived at Jabberwock Island. But where is this place? Is it somewhere on Jabberwock Island?
Testing. Mic check 1, 2. This is a test of the school broadcast system. Am I on? Can everyone hear me? Okay, well then. Welcome to Hope Speak Academy, you guys. At this point, I shall explain the graduation exam to you all. So please assemble at the gymnasium immediately.
What? It's basically DL1 all over again. Did he say that what I think he said? Yeah, he definitely said definitely said it. He said welcome to Heartspeak Academy. But why would this place be Heartspeak? And not just that, what is the graduation exam? Isn't the killing already over? Old building, first floor. Whoa! Even the hallway doesn't feel like a school anymore. At least it doesn't look like a normal school anyway. It's definitely a lie. There's no way this place is Heartspeak. Is this creepy place the Heartspeak Academy that have all admired so long? It's probably a building that Monokuma made to startle. It's just like the fun house. It's definitely it. Monokuma said to come to the gymnasium, right? I'll go and clear things up. What the hell? It's DL1 again. Okay. The gymnasium is here, right? Alright, I'm going inside. Something might be waiting, but I'm not going to cower away anymore. And so I brace myself and cautiously open the door. Chapter 6. This is the end. Goodbye, despair. I wasn't prepared for what was waiting for me on the other side of the door. It was a normal gymnasium.
Damn right.
Yo, Hajime.
Yo.
You heard the announcement and came here too. You guys did too?
What's going on?
Hey, what do you make of this? Monokuma said this place was Heartspeak Academy something. That cannot be possible.
Well,
You're right,
yeah.
any way you look at it, it's impossible. Hello! How does it feel to return to the long-awaited Heartspeak Academy?
Why,
You.
You.
Hey, where are we? Where'd you lock us up this time? What a shock, I just told you this guy's Heartspeak Academy!
Of course
There's no way in hell this is true.
No.
Oh, but it is! I mean, this is definitely Heartspeak Academy! Well, what's left of it anyway? What's left of it?
What?
Didn't I tell you before? Unfortunately, Heartspeak Academy fell to ruin!
Lies.
You serious about that? I don't believe it. But of course it fell to ruin. I mean, they were doing things they deserved to be ruined for. What do you mean?
I don't like
Anyway, I'm pretty disappointed. I went to all the show to bring you to Heartspeak Academy and you don't feel surprised or nostalgic.
Fine.
Oh well, it's not like I did this for you guys. Even if you don't feel nostalgic, I'm sure someone is feeling nostalgic right now. Someone? Enough of this bullshit, spit it out already. Where'd you take us, you bastard? Although I'm not certain of my memories, I believe we entered the ancient ruin.
In other words.
It means I made this Heartspeak Academy between the door to the ruin and inside the ruin. What do you mean between? What do you mean made?
What's this?
Oh my, you guys getting grumbly so that only knowledge can satisfy? Good, very good. It's fine to hurry along to the graduation exam, but it's my nature to provide a little entertainment. Entertainment? You're planning to make us do something, aren't you?
No.
There's nothing to be so cautious about. It's not like you'll be able to make life changes or anything like that. It's just a simple graduation exam. What is a graduation exam?
Hey.
Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know. On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally going to graduate.
Are you
But on the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world. That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island or stay here. We're obviously going to get out. There's no way we'd stay here. This is annoying. Just hurry up and let us choose. Let us choose right now.
No.
You can't do that. The main cast hasn't arrived yet. Main cast?
Hey.
Meaning you guys, it is extras until the guest of honor arrives. So enough complaining already. Hurry up and start researching the outside world. What do you mean? I have dispersed all the teaching materials you need for your research around Heartspeak Academy. Well, I don't think this needs to be said, but all the information is accurate and contains no lies whatsoever. Otherwise, the main cast is going to hate me. So please rest assured and strive to do our best during your field trip. And as usual, after leaving with his cryptic words, Monokuma disappeared. Even if the setting had changed, even if the killing was finished, he was still the same as usual. What is going on? Outside world, main cast? Somehow I have a bad feeling about this.
Hey, hey!
Like, he keeps insisting that this place is Holdspeak Academy. But that's impossible, right?
What are you saying?
How do we make it back to Holdspeak from a tropical island in the first place? It's impossible.
It cannot be.
There's no place for Holdspeak Academy to exist on Jabberwock Island. I said I wanted to go back, but I didn't want to go back to a creepy place like this. What does this mean? So many things I don't understand. What happened on the island? This building is really Holdspeak. This is the Holdspeak Academy I've been admiring for so long. What in the world is going on? Damn it. Why is this happening? Why? I was finally able to attend Holdspeak Academy. I finally thought I'd become confident in myself. Even so, I wanted to become Hope? If that's what you're thinking, to stop it. Listen carefully. The only humans worthy of becoming Hope possess amazing talents and a strong will. And the moment you're born into this world, you either have that or you don't. It has nothing to do with effort. You must be chosen by Hope to become Hope. That's why it's not even worth admiring. Or were you so blinded by your admiration for Holdspeak Academy that you couldn't even see it? You're just some nobody from the reserve course who never had a talent to begin with. A nobody who thought he was a nobody. That's all. If I really am a nobody, then you should have just let me alone. Why do I have to go through something like this? Hajime, did something happen? Huh?
Hey, bastard!
Now's not the time to zone out. Sorry, it's nothing.
I
I don't really get it, but is that all?
I'm gonna do
As long as I don't beat the crap out of Monokuma, nothing's gonna be solved. That's that what it means?
Hey!
Just what the heck is Monokuma anyway? He's not part of the Future Foundation. If you say that, then what is the Future Foundation?
Jeez.
Even though Chiaki and Monami are gone, our situation hasn't changed one bit, which means Future Foundation wasn't our enemy. That's the only thing I can think of.
You serious?
So they're not World Ender? Then we're being tricked by Monokuma.
However,
However, the Future Foundation is responsible for trapping us on this island, right? Regarding the matter, I believe Monami never once denied that.
damn it.
Even if we're allies, then I may not be our allies. To be allies, maybe Monokuma is telling us to investigate that information on our own. Chiaki said she could not betray the Future Foundation, but if she was still alive, she definitely would have helped us. Even her just being with us would have been a big help. So what should we do?
Damn it.
Well, that's obvious. If we're going to get out of here safely, we have to do our graduation exam.
So annoying.
Graduation exam, huh? I'm not really good at taking exams. Well, I guess it's better than people dying.
Jeez.
Monokuma said something about a field trip, right? Is he telling us to investigate like we have been?
Alright!
Alright, I'm gonna do it.
Prepare yourself.
Like...
Yeah, we might be able to learn about something about Holdspeak Academy about ourselves.
Ah...
I don't care if we don't know anymore. If we can just go back to our normal lives, I'm fine. We can go back home when this is over, right? We can finally get off this damn island, right? If that's the case, let's all leave this island alive by any means.
Of course!
Hell yes! He's right. Now's not the time to bemoan how unlucky I am. Where this place really is, what happened to Holdspeak Academy? None of that matters. What's important is, I need to leave this island with the others. We sacrificed so many lives in order to survive, just so we could do that. There's no way we can stop now. But Monokuma should already know that that's what we're thinking. So why did he say that? We have to decide on now whether or not we want to leave Jabberwock Island. He should already know that we'll never choose to stay on this island.
Hey, hey!
So what are we gonna do? Can we start already? What are we even looking for? Do we just have to investigate this weird-ass building?
Even so...
Even so, I don't think we'll find the answers to all our questions inside the damn building. We'll just go on ahead for now.
Whoa!
Hey, you're already going?
Jeez.
What is that idiot thinking, going ahead without being cautious? He's obviously thinking about anything.
However...
It will be fine. There will no longer be any situations where we must exchange each other's lives.
Alright!
So we should do our best as well. Like they say, it's not scary if everyone stops at a green light. If we stopped at the green light, we'd never reach our goal.
Jeez. You're pathetic.
Akane already took her from her own. It might be faster if we split up and look around too. Like Sony said, there's no more killings. We don't have to worry about anyone betraying us anymore. Then let's get this over with and go home.
Later.
Well, going ahead. See you guys later. Those brief words, Chifuyuhiko left the gymnasium.
Excuse me.
Pardon me. I shall do my best to obtain a wonderful clue that will be useful to everyone. Now then, excuse me. Sonia took a deep bow and then left the gymnasium.
Oh my.
Miss Sonia!
Miss Sonia!
Please don't leave. I'll be in danger if I'm left alone. Kazuichi chased after Sonia, who had just departed from and left the gymnasium. I should hurry and start too. Just a bit more. Just a bit more and it's going to end. I can escape this time and return to my usual peaceful everyday life. The only thing we can do is to advance towards that hope. Even though I don't understand and that a lot of horrifying things keep happening. For the sake of everyone who couldn't make it this far, I'm definitely gonna go home. Awesome. Let's do this. 5th floor. Oh. Huh? That's weird. This is the hallway I'll walk through to get to the gymnasium, but it's clearly different. Is this Monokuma's doing too? Is he trying to confuse us? I don't know what he's doing, but he keeps doing it over and over again. He's so persistent. I'm not going to fall for his trap. There's no way this will make me back down. Interesting. This hallway, this is a strange feeling to it, not? As if an invisible wall has been erected to limit our movement.
I am concerned.
Is it just me? No, it's not. Okay, so... Surprised I can't go into that bloody classroom. Oh, hi. Is this a dojo? It's full of strange things that make me think there's no way we're inside a school. Perhaps it's a mistake to expect the outside of this building to make sense. What's this? Is this a manga? The title is Manga for Morons, A History of Host Academy of Monokuma. Why is this a manga with a suspicious looking title laying out in the open like this? Let's start with history first, class!
Hey!
Reading manga is the 3rd best way to learn about history. Then, what's the first, you ask? That depends on the person! Okay. Just I thought Monokuma made this. That totally explains how suspicious it looks. I really want to just ignore it, but there's no way I can do that. Fine, I'll look at it. I'll look at anything that might be a clue to get out of here, no matter what it is. I picked up the manga off the floor and started flipping through the pages. There's an introduction to Host Academy history. It's narrated by the cutesy character on the cover. The story begins with an introduction to Host Academy. Host Academy is government-funded school of privilege where only the most talented high school students can hope to attend. Built to raise hope in the nation's future, many of its alumni are key leaders of various industries. New students are chosen through a scouting process by the ones who scout them are Host Academy's teachers who serve as both educators and researchers of talent. Host Academy isn't just for a school of talent, it is also a school for researching talent as well. However, for the past few years, Host Academy has been suffering from a decline in funding. If this persists, the Academy believes they will not be able to make progress with their research of talent, so decided to implement a new system, the Reserve Department. Unlike the main department who scouts for students, the Reserve Department utilizes the general entrance exam. Normal faculty was hired and placed in charge of looking after the Reserve Department. The expenses and exam fees for the Reserve Department are quite high compared to most high schoolers. Nevertheless, Host Academy received an endless stream of applicants. Host Academy was now available to talentless commoners, people who only cared about the brand. With this, Host Academy managed to amass sizable funds and began further researching the talent. To create Host Academy's earnest wish, a true genius who would become mankind's hope. But just when they were thought everything was going well, an unprecedented incident occurred. The incident that triggered the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. That's right, it was the tragedy of Host Academy. Host Academy was crippled by this incident and was forced to shut down without accomplishing anything. The end. Huh? The ending was so sudden, like a manga that's suddenly cancelled in the middle of its run. Plus these phrases mentioned at the end of the manga, the tragedy and the tragedy of Host Academy. These names are so melodramatic, there's no way these incidents really happen, right? This manga only mentions the names, so I don't really know the details, but... no, it'd just be a waste of time to wonder about things that don't make sense. More importantly, I learned something because of this manga. The Reserve Department. This department was only built to collect money. I was one of those Reserve Corps students, right? Ah, that's weird! Oh, you're here again. Ah, the thing that's weird is you, of course! Huh? Why did you forget that you were part of the Reserve Department? The Future Foundation only took away your school life memories, right? But you should have known before you entered that you had no talent, right? So I think it's weird that you actually forgot something like that too. What do you mean? What do you want me to say?
By the way,
Based on my assumption, the Future Foundation must have wanted to hide the fact that you were one of those Resolve Corps students.
I got it!
Or you'll willingly steal those memories yourself. You wanted to be confident in yourself, so you wanted to forget everything that embarrassed you. You know, when humans experience trauma, sometimes they erase their memory of what happened. It happened pretty often. Not that I know anything about that, though. Are you saying it's my fault I forgot? That's not it.
Come on.
When things get inconvenient, you always get angry and try to brush it off. Well, that's expected of a Reserve Corps student. Damn it, what the heck? Okay, Reserve Department's been added to the truth bullets. Okay. 5th floor still, that's good. Can't go in there.
What's going on?
It's always kind of creepy. Can't go to places that I should be able to go. It's like some rule is being forced for no reason. It's like there's an invisible wall or something. Okay, can't go in that one. Oh, I can go here now. Wasn't this blocked up before? There's another manga. It's laying on top of the desk. This one? Manga for Morons, The Tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, huh? Wasn't the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy mentioned in that other manga too? That's why Hope's Peak Academy went bankrupt. It was the trigger of the biggest, most tragic, most awful event in human history. If I read this manga, will I be able to learn more about the incident? I took the manga from the desk and started flipping through the pages, to see what I could learn about the incident known as the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. The story made heavy use of outdated stylized drawings depicting characters solving mysteries. What's written here is, as the name suggests, the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy occurred at the Hope's Peak Academy. The key player in this event was a student named Izuru Kumakura. Izuru was a genius known as a symbol of hope. Hope's Peak Academy was used all their resources to develop him. Supposedly, Izuru was a genius among geniuses and possessed various talents. Holding superior talent for the hope of mankind, this academy referred to as Izuru as the ultimate hope. To protect such rare talent, the academy completely concealed all evidence of Izuru's origins and identity. Because of that, most of the students in the academy were completely unaware of Izuru's existence. But Izuru, who was known as the symbol of hope, was responsible for a horrible incident. 13 students of the Hope's Peak Academy Student Council, among the academy's best and brightest, were brutally murdered by Izuru. However, the incident did not end there. The academy tried to protect Izuru's superior talent and concealed the incident as though it never happened. However, a certain student began working in a secret to use that incident to their advantage. The student uncovered what the academy did, and by making that knowledge public, it stoked the fires of reserve corps students who had long been dissatisfied with how they'd been treated, and the uprising began. And that heralded Hope's Peak Academy's destruction. This is the entirety of the tragedy of Hope's Peak. Eventually, the incident would lead to that horrifying, devastating incident. The incident that would be known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Works cited Danganronpa 0. I think that's actually a short, like a light novel. Not sure if it's short or not, but it's a light novel. But the heavy sigh closed the manga. Am I supposed to believe this? There's no way 13 people who were killed at Hope's Peak Academy. How what irony? What irony? For a genius known as the Ultimate Hope to cause such a gruesome incident, a talent like that is too regular for society. It's like trying to buy juice with a bar of gold. You should be lucky that you're incompetent. He always has to lead up to something offensive. He seriously pisses me off. But Ultimate Hope? Nagado mentioned that before too, but it looks like it means something completely different now. What Nagado said was the true meaning of hope. But for Izuru, hope simply means talent. More importantly, a genius who possesses various talents. Wish they'd given me one of those talents so I didn't have to be in the reserve department. That's right, the reserve department. Here it said that the reserve corps students in the reserve department began uprising. Then what about me? Was I a participant too? That's not possible. There's no way I have no reason to do something like that. Anyway, I've learned about the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, but the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is far worse incident, right? What kind of incident was it? And who's the other student that isn't Izuru? Certain student who secretly used the incident to their advantage. Who is that? This incident is really messed up, but all it's doing is raising more questions. The mysteries just keep piling up. I'm nearly level 99. Yay! Beep beep beep. Can I go here now? Yeah. I love this. It's like waterfalls. Raw. What the hell is this room? It's freaking cold in there. It's like I'm in a freezer or something. If I just stand still, I might end up freezing to death. Hurry up and investigate so I can get out of here quickly. There's another manga just laying around here. This time the title is Manga for Morons, Biggest, Most Awful, Most Tragic Event in Human History. I knew it. The next one would obviously be about the incident. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. But what was that incident really all about? It might turn out to be something lame. I flipped through the pages of the manga and hoped that I was right. A story about a creepily... What? I'm just looking at the cover, and it's like, yeah! Sorry. Yeah, the story about creepily drawn characters who get involved in such horrifying incidents. an incident known as the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Is this drawn so grotesquely because the incident itself is that grotesque? Anyway, the beginning of the creepy manga starts with this sentence. The tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy was simply the trigger. At first, the uprising by the Reserve Corps students that triggered the tragedy of Hope's Peak was initially hoped to be resolved quickly, but the situation continued to escalate to dangerous extremes. The movement started spreading all over the internet, and fostered a thriving online community. The community was not limited to students, and people of various races and nations began joining in. But the movement was not confined to the internet, and began spreading and eroding the real world. When the movement started, it was indistinguishable from any other demonstration inspired by social unrest. But as it spread across the world, certain abnormalities soon came to light. But then it was too late. The ends and the means had vanished, and wanton destruction became their only goal. The strong butchered the weak. The weak killed the weakest among them, and soon the weak formed factions to brutally murder the strong. As the violence and death continued to spread, the shock of their actions began to disappear, as if the area was regressing to more uncivilized times, when senseless deaths were the norm. The media was oversaturated with deaths to the point where people would watch them while enjoying a meal. By the time the world realized what had begun, it was too late to stop what happened. A feeling of immense despair began spreading and eventually engulfed the world. Acts of terrorism and coup d'etats began occurring around the world, a war waged in the name of despair. A war fought not for principles, religion, or personal gain, just war. Pure war. And because of that, there was no way to resolve it. How could a movement started by a high school student progress to such a hopeless scenario? The only explanation is the existence of a certain organization, devoted to a certain student who influenced Hope's Peak Academy, a group called Ultimate Despair. Instead of using Hope's Peak Academy's talents for the sake of mankind's hope, they used them for the sake of mankind's despair. Key members of society used their influence to brainwash their masses in order to spread despair. Tech-savvy computer programs wrote software to spread despair. The powerful influential created new values and morals to spread despair. And with this, they created the tragedy, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. As long as ultimate despair exists, the despair engulfing the world would never end. The tragedy would never end. My heart was racing in my chest, and my body felt ice cold. And it wasn't because I was freezing in this room. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. This is definitely all made up. I mean, if this is really true, then what's happening in the outside world? My family, my friends, the convenience store I frequent, the nearby bookstore, my favorite restaurant. What's happened to them?
No.
Hey, you seriously yelling at the manga? How crazy are you? Who would enjoy reading some of this?
What?
Oh my, you don't like manga? High school student doesn't like manga. That's like an office lady who doesn't like candy. Enough. What is this messed up manga? I thought you'd obviously know about such a horrible event that destroyed the world, but for you not to remember, that's such despair. That's the Future Foundation's fault, though, thanks to them stealing your school memories. That's the incident that happened during the period that has been completely removed from your brains. The incident really happened and I actually forgot about it? There's no way that's possible.
What are you
How many times do I have to
saying?
tell you? All the clues here are real.
Hello.
Please understand, I'm rooting for you. If you don't learn about the full extent of the outside world, you guys will suffer for it. I just want to help you guys live so you can live with adjusted lives in the outside world. I see, so that's how it is. That's what he means by what he said at the beginning. Well, as the headmaster, I'm conflicted, you know. On one hand, I'm really happy that you're finally going to graduate. But on the other hand, I'm worried about whether you guys will be okay in the outside world. That's why I'm thinking about telling you what the outside world is like before you make a decision. Whether you want to leave Jabberwock Island, or stay here. He's trying to make us feel despair towards the outside world so we'll stay on this island. But there's no way I'm going to do what he wants. Despair like that simply can't exist. The outside world should be filled with hope. Just like now. Perhaps no. That's definitely it. Tragedy's been added. Whether or not this incident really happened, what in the world is his ultimate despair group? If they're devoted to a certain student who guided Hope's Peak Academy to its destruction, are they connected to both the tragedy and the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy? Plus, that organization isn't just one person, but a group of people. But if they're known as ultimate despair, well, if they're all actually able to do it, then I guess that's why they were called ultimates. Then all the killings were involved in connected to them somehow. It's no use. I'm gonna freeze to death. I'm at my limits. I need to get out of here. Shivering, I ran out of the freezing room. That was close. I nearly froze to death. So where should I go next? No, I should ignore him. I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see him.
Jeez.
When I went inside the room, the bastard bear was suddenly here. He keeps glancing at me. Wonder why. Well, it's gonna be shitty either way.
Damn right.
So I'll let you handle it. There's no way I'm gonna deal with that idiot. I don't want to either. Fine. Hey, bear.
Hiya.
Why, hello, Hajime. Hope you're doing pleasingly well. Hey, pleasingly well. You're pleasingly well, right? What are you doing here?
No.
Well, there was another thing I needed to tell you on this floor. I got bored of your manga. Can you forgive me for telling you by a word of my mouth? You should have done that from the beginning. I didn't want to read your manga in the first place. High school student doesn't like manga. He's like a sumo wrestler. He doesn't like eating hot pots. I'm gonna get really fed up with your babbling. Hurry up. What did you need me to do? It's about the key and piece of information you've been waiting for so long. Surprise! It's about ultimate despair. Even though the term ultimate despair refers to a group these days, it was originally the title for a high school girl who was the most powerful and evil and feared person alive. High school girl. Lady Junko Enoshima. Junko Enoshima.
Hey.
As for the former ultimate despair, she created a despair brimming with charm and humor, and created the ultimate despairs. There was one really horrible person in that group. Hold on a sec. I don't know what ultimate despairs are, but it's not that easy to form an organization. I love how the billboard says despair now. There's no way people would join some fucked up organization created by a high school girl. Humans who are obsessed with their philosophy have an uncanny power to attract others. It's a trait shared by many famous leaders throughout history, right? There's nothing strange about it.
Hey.
That holds true for Lady Junko. With her charismatic ability to attract people, she even influenced those in the highest echelons of power. Her connections were the main reason the incident became the tragedy in the first place. She even recruited people who would have been in a position to neutralize the threat.
Huh?
Then what was their purpose? What? Like I said, why did they cause the incident? It doesn't even make sense. It had a purpose, right? There's no way they'd do what they did without a purpose.
Hey.
It was Junko Enoshima's despair. If for Junko Enoshima, despair isn't about purpose, a set of principles, or a way of length, or way of life, or an instinct. Despair is what defines Junko Enoshima as Junko Enoshima. What are you saying? I missed that plushie. Hajime is human. It's exactly like that. Junko Enoshima is full of so much despair that she's truly hopeless. Living, dying, eating, loving. For her, everything is despair. What the hell? With her overwhelming force of personality, Junko recruited the ultimate despairs one by one. She controlled the despair by taking advantage of their love, hate, grudges, anything really. Junko's despair is far more dreadful than any other. That idea has been slammed right into their minds. And so the ultimate despairs who had been recruited became nothing more than Junko's limbs. All despairs, whether it was their own or anyone else's, was dedicated to Junko Enoshima. Like believers making offerings to their god. Like a mother providing food to their children. They dedicated all to despair so they could escape from despair, all in Junko Enoshima's name. For example, they killed their families and friends and even destroyed their bodies through relentless mutilation. And to hopelessly top it off, they completely believed it was something they had to do. There's no way something that crazy is possible. Do you know about the final days of the Reserve Corps students during the tragedy of Host B Academy? Final days.
In other words.
Junko has the power to change people's values. This is also true of famous people throughout history. What do you mean final days? What happened to the Reserve Department?
Of course.
They fulfilled their role as disposable limbs. They believed in what they needed to do. And so the 2,357 students of the Reserve Department all committed mass suicide. Mass suicide?
What'd you say?
All 2,357 students? Oops, it wasn't all of them. One person was excluded. One person? Is that me?
Damn it.
I don't believe it. There's no way I can believe this. Ultimate despair, Junko Enoshima? It doesn't scare me at all, I mean.
Bastard.
Junko Enoshima is already dead. Huh? What? How do you know? Hey, Fuyuhiko, is this true what you said? Junko Enoshima is already dead?
Huh?
Yeah, you didn't see? There's a book called Manga for Morons, Killing School Life. It's in that bloody classroom. Bloody classroom? No, wait. What was that you said about the Killing School Life? Like the killings were involved in, there were killings that happened in Hostpeak. As I recall, the mastermind took their own life because the remaining students worked together to defeat her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. The Killing School Life ended up failing in the end. As a result, the 6 students who survived managed to escape from the academy.
Hey.
For a manga about the Killing School Life, it was drawn with a lot of silly images and dumb gags. Bonus to that, the mastermind behind the failed Killing School Life was Junko Enoshima. The mastermind took her own life, which means Junko Enoshima is dead.
Like...
It turns out that the Killing School Life was part of the whole biggest, most awful whatever incident. Junko took away the memories of former students of Holsby Academy and forced them to kill each other. Former students of Hersby Academy and she took their memories away just like us? Apparently the whole thing was just filmed for surveillance cameras and broadcast worldwide. Huh, there's a limit to being a cruel asshole. Surveillance cameras were broadcasting the whole thing?
So,
The students of Hersby Academy are widely known as symbols of hope. By forcing people to watch these symbols of hope kill each other for the sake of survival, they were trying to fill everyone who watched the broadcast with despairs all at once. That's messed up. But the messed up plan was stopped. Junko Enoshima failed. Junko lost to the children she placed in her trap, and after being overcome by the despair she created, she took her own life. And Junko is no more. No matter how horrible she was, there's no reason for her to fear someone who's dead. Whether Monokuma's story is true or not doesn't matter. Junko Enoshima isn't alive anymore. Then, who is our enemy? Junko Enoshima's dead and the rest are all in despair behind this. Are the followers of Junko carrying out her will? That's the only thing I can think of. I mean, the killings were involved and resemble that killing school life. We don't know who the hell is imitating Junko and making us go through this, but an imitation is just an imitation.
no shit.
Students from Hersby Academy stop the real deal. There's no way we'll lose to some fake. But if this really is an imitation, are those surveillance cameras the same too? The cameras all over Jabberwock Island. Are they broadcasting to somewhere? Just like the surveillance cameras during this killing school life? Man, Hajime, you totally know about that story, huh? What, do you have a problem with that? Well, I really wanted you to read the manga version since I took the time to draw it.
What are you gonna
Oh well,
do?
I'll just raise the flag. Flag? What do you mean raise the flag? What's gonna happen if you do that?
Ooh,
One step at a time, you're getting closer to clearing my character route. You're not making sense again.
well now.
Yeah, then I'll give you my guys a mole. I'll tell you everything I know, including the information on the outside and the inside. I'll raise them flags like crazy. Okay. We're on a different floor now? Yeah, 4th floor. Huh? It changed to a different hallway again. So sudden, what's going to make something like this happen? Before I decide that I'm not going to be surprised. That's right, there's no time for me to be surprised by something like this. Okay, music room. Yeah, music room. Oh, hi. This looks like the music room. I feel like I can see something strange. Looks like some sort of monument. And not just that. The mark engraved on the monument is the symbol of the Future Foundation. Below that symbol, there's a short passage engraved. To combat the biggest, most tragic event in human history, the graduates of Hersby Academy were among the many who established the Future Foundation. The Future Foundation was established by the graduates of Hersby Academy. Aren't they known as World Ender? This is completely different. Monokuma has completely made it up. Oh. I was trying to click something else. Hologram. What is this? Worlds are floating in the air. This is like a hologram, right? The floating letters are forming a sentence. Looks like a passage from an email. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we have obtained information of a person who claims to be a survivor of Hersby. Upon further investigation, there are a total of 15 survivors. You may be wondering about the number of people at this time. If they're survivors of Hersby Academy, it is possible they may be targeted by ultimate despair. We believe we should acquire them and place them in our care as soon as possible. Though I don't believe the people can go that far without Junko Enoshima rallying them. In a worst case scenario, we must prevent a repeat of this killing school life. Also, if there are survivors of Hersby Academy, we should expect them to be quite valuable to us. However, we are still investigating the details of their origins, and we haven't located them either. We will continue investigating this matter. Also, regarding a separate matter, I have received a report from the research facility in Jabberwock Island. Preparations have been completed. It seems we can proceed with the experimental phase of the Neo War program. Survivors of Hersby Academy. 15 students. Is that about us? Excluding Chiaki, who was part of the Future Foundation, there was definitely 15 of us, but what does survivors mean? It's like they're talking from the other world. What happened outside Jabberwock Island? If the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is really true, then the world isn't normal anymore. Maybe. I'm starting to feel like we might be better off not remembering the memories we lost. Academy survivors. Guess that's all the clues in this room. It's finally confirmed. The Future Foundation is on our side, at least. They were founded by the graduates of Hersby Academy and they took us in to protect us. But if that's true, Chiaki should have made that clear to us. You know, as long as Monokuma was around, she probably couldn't say anything carelessly. Monokuma, if he's the Future Foundation's enemy, then his true identity must be the ultimate despairs who caused the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The ones who were carrying out the will of Junkai Nishima are making us go through this. Also, this caught my attention in the email too. What is this research facility on Jabberwock Island mentioned in the email? What's this about? The only Future Foundation facility we found was that ancient ruin. There's no way that's the research facility. If there really is a research facility on this island, there should be other Future Foundation members here. Somehow there are still so many mysteries. Feels different from a classroom.
Maybe.
Probably the office, right? I mean, the room kind of has a stuffy teacher vibe. The office, huh? Now that you mention it, does look like that.
Well.
More importantly, have you seen Miss Sonia? I didn't see her anywhere. How much longer is this guy going to be obsessed with Miss Sonia? I just realized, there's a Monokuma plushie. Are there Monokuma plushies here?
Huh? Are you serious?
Wait a minute, don't I have, like, an achievement that said I got all the plushies already? Like, I mean, not in this gameplay, but, like, with all my gameplays counted? Where is it? Welcome to the walk, hey big vendor. Obtained, class try without having to real try once. Clear the classroom without using concentration wands. Where is it? I'm sure I have it. Found half of the hidden Monokumas. Oh, okay. Okay, well. Hey, have you seen Miss Sonia? I don't see her anywhere. I'm really worried. What if something happens to me when Miss Sonia isn't looking? This guy's so useless sometimes. Alright, so... There are Monokuma plushies I've missed, but I don't care anymore. I seriously do not care anymore. I just want to get on with the game. There are letters floating in the air like the music room from earlier. Looks like a passage from an email someone wrote. I think it's the same one before. Let's just read it. We understand this matter regarding the survivors. In order to safely require them, please do your best to continue investigation. However, you must exercise extreme caution concerning the remnants of despair. Even though they have lost Junkai Nishima, the fact remains that they are incredibly dangerous. Even though her death, the tragedy is not ended. Perhaps there is still a leader on par with Junkai Nishima. As long as we do nothing about the remnants of despair, we will not be able to end this incident. For this reason, the remnants of despair must be immediately eliminated once they are discovered. Okay. Everything is for the sake of a shining future. Immediately eliminated? Does this mean this is in order to kill them? That doesn't sound peaceful at all. Well, I guess that's understandable. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history is as terrible as it sounds. It's pretty much all-out war. The remnants of despair are the ones breaching that war. There's no way they'd be forgiven that easily. Remnants of despair. Oh, there's something written on the blackboard. What's written here? So this is subjects. It's written on the blackboard in large letters just below that. Names I've seen before. Is that Sayonji? He looks older. There's a newspaper posted on the blackboard. Below that, Hiyoko Sayonji's written there. What is this newspaper? What is this? It says Miss Hiyoko Sayonji. And this is Hiyoko we knew. She was much smaller and looked more childlike. It was pretty much her defining feature. But the photo in this newspaper, in a way I can see the resemblance of Hiyoko, but her height and figure. It's too different from the Hiyoko we knew. What does this mean?
Huh?
Oh, this lady looks pretty mature. Is she Hiyoko older sister or something? No, it says Hiyoko Sayonji here. Oh, then Hiyoko has an older sister with the same name and the first and last name. An older sister with the same first and last name.
I mean...
That's the only explanation, right? I mean, look at it yourself. That's not Hiyoko. But did you ever hear her mention an older sister?
Man...
Well, it's like it's not like I was that close to her or anything.
Wrong.
She doesn't have an older sister. Hiyoko is the Sayonji family's only daughter. She doesn't have a sister, then a relative? No, there's still too much resemblance.
What are you?
That's Hiyoko! Huh?
Of course not!
What are you saying? Hiyoko doesn't have a curvy body like that. I mean, she is famous for her childlike figure. She got away with all kinds of crap looking like that.
Well.
I don't know what to tell you. I mean, maybe she had a growth spurt. What are you saying? She's already dead. There's no way she could have had a growth spurt. Well, regardless, all the clues they provided are true. If they weren't, it wouldn't be fair.
What's going on?
What the heck? This is the truth? This is the truth in Hiroko in this newspaper. Is he really saying this is the same person? That's impossible. I mean, how can there be a photo of a grown-up Hiroko when she's already dead? Why does this even exist?
Hey, hey!
Could it be related to the list of subjects over there? Huh?
This is bad.
If he says subjects, maybe it means there was some kind of experiment? Did that experiment change Hiroko's body? What am I saying? Just saying it out loud makes it sound messed up. What experiment? If it's some kind of experiment, it would mean that we're all also test subjects. I mean, our names are also written on the blackboard under the list of subjects. What kind of experiment was it?
What's going on?
Oh, what's going on? It better not have anything to do with time travel. Well then. An extremely overwhelming portrait thing on the wall. I feel like I've seen this before. The name mentioned to the placard says, Hospi Academy founder, Izuru Kamakura. Founder of Hospi Academy and his name, Izuru Kamakura. Doesn't this clearly contradict the information I obtained earlier? Another mystery. Okay, with this, you've totally raised all the flags on this floor. Congratulations, Hajime! You shall now go into the next stage. Next stage? Well done. That's going to be a little annoying. Alright, is that plushie? I've gone back to the start of Chapter 5 so I can get the plushies. And I'll do the same for Chapter 4 when I beat the game. I want to get all plushies. There you are.
I've been found.
Yep. Alright then, back to where I was. Just get this one, because I didn't save, which means I need to get it again. And I've got every single one on floor 5 now. Well, not everyone, just everyone that I'm up to. Well, 4 of them so far, I think, if I remember right. Let's go to floor 3. Damn it, not again. The hallway's different from last time. Guess what the flag Monokuma mentioned is raised and moved to a different hallway than last. But how can I do that? No, now's not the time to be confused by that. Thinking about it is just going to waste my energy. This should be where the science place is. Yeah, I can't go in there. It's blending in with the wall. Whoa. Can I walk through this? Because it's like hologram? Yeah, this world's definitely not real though. I can go in that room. Can't go in those. Got it. So rec room it is. There's a billiard table, a dartboard, and a shelf lined with magazines. It's hard to think a room like this actually exists inside a school. It's hologram again. What's this one say? Looks like another email passage. Regarding the report we gave you the other day, we finally succeeded in acquiring them and placed them in our care. Though they were all dispersed, we were successful in acquiring all 15 of them, due to the fact that they were unable to ask them about specific details. It is unknown how they managed to survive the tragedy. It's been reported that some were wounded, and so it seems certain that they survived under harsh conditions. Over the course of our detailed investigation, we determined that they are the same age as the others, so we have decided to entrust them to the survivors of the killing school trip. As for the remnants of despair, there are still no solid leads regarding this matter, and we have no new information to report. We will continue with the investigations. Once they are discovered, we shall eliminate them immediately. Everything is for the sake of the future, filled with hope. It says here that they have succeeded in acquiring them and placed in our care. That means we're being protected by the Future Foundation. Then why is this happening? Here, why is people using the Force with pool balls? Billiard balls, I mean, sorry. Pool, I call them that, here. If the Future Foundation was protecting us, why are we forced to kill each other? Well, I guess it's not possible that the Future Foundation set this all up.
What's this?
My Hajime, if you keep worrying like that, you're gonna get a toothache and collapse. It's your fault. What is this hologram thing anyway?
Hey!
It's exactly what it looks like. They're the Future Foundation's emails. I thought they made a perfect clue, so I did a little bit of hacking here and there to get them. You can even do that? Well, whoever's controlling you seems to possess many talents.
No.
Well, who cares about me anyway? That's not important. There's no way that's not important. His true identity should connect everything to what's happening right now. It's a file from with Heartspeak. It says confidential, that means it's a big secret, right? Why would an important document be here? Why am I even asking a question like that? Obviously, Monokuma is responsible. Anyway, I need to confirm what's inside the file. About Hope Cultivation Plan. For many years, Heartspeak Academy has conducted rigorous research into various talents. The Hope Cultivation Plan seems to use the fruits of our labor to further our true goal. With our hands, we will birth a true hope that will bring hope to the entire world. Truly, the program is the next innovation in providing the ultimate education. This plan has been the Academy's wish since its foundation, so we must succeed at all costs. What followed was a series of detailed instructions and intricate orders. It was full of difficult technical terms, and I had no idea what any of them meant. However, the word true hope left a strong impression on my mind for some reason. The Hope Cultivation Plan was created for the sake of birthing true hope. Heartspeak Academy was behind some of that. I don't really get it, but there's something about these words. True hope. Second floor. Whoa. Looks like I'm in a different hallway again. Pretty much used to this by now, but even so. What is this space? Am I dreaming or something? I mean, this is just different, totally different disconnect from the reality. Oh boy. Hi. Kane? It's close, it's very close. Someone is coming. Kane is twitching her nose and examining her surroundings.
Based on my gut
They're definitely
feeling.
real close, at least that's what my gut is telling me. Then answer this with your gut. Is it an enemy or an ally? Let's see, my gut feeling is... They're both!
Yo,
He's right, they're both. Both? What do you mean?
you.
I don't know any details, it's just my gut after all. Well, that's true, I guess. Okay, so if the stairs are there, they're going up, which means... Down here is the pool place. Just trying to remember everything. That means that's a classroom, that's the library. I can go in the library. And that's that. Okay, library time. Let's go do some reading. This must be a library. Monokuma probably left something here too. I should hurry up and find it. Okay, it's just this. It's hologram again. It must be another one of the Future Foundation's emails. I should read it. There's no doubt that it's another clue. To Future Foundation 14th Division Makoto Nagi. Where are you guys? What are you doing right now? What are you doing? It's a serious act of treason. Do you not understand? Why are you protecting the remnants of despair? It should be abundantly clear to you how dangerous it is to keep those people alive. Stay calm and think about this carefully. You guys are being lied to. Think carefully about what's important to bring the light of hope to the world. The 6 of you joined the Future Foundation because you agree with our ideals, right? Future Foundation rescued you from the tragedy you survived and cooperated with recovering your memories. Immediately return the remnants of despair to our headquarters. Unless we eliminate them, the tragedy will never end. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope. What does this mean? The email suggests that someone was trying to let the remnants of despair escape. This email is addressed to Makoto Nagi, but he's with the Future Foundation, right? Then why was he trying to protect remnants of despair? Did he betray them? Okay, I can't do anything else, I think. I'm a little worried about something now. I'm not gonna say it. Just a little worried. Okay, this is where the last Monokuma plushie is. And it seems something important's gonna happen there. Whoa! Didn't I walk into a classroom? I don't really get it, but this looks like a laundry room. I know he's worrying about it, but I was in a school and now I'm sitting in a laundry room. Yep, there he is.
No.
This looks like a table computer and it looks like the power's on. Is this the next clue? Is that Facebook? I picked up the tablet and immediately started looking. Neo World Program. Neo World Program. Spelled Neo World. I seem to recall hearing it and seeing it a few times already. Neo World Program is another name. Psychotherapeutic Communication Simulator. The Neo World Program is built with the most recent psychotherapy technology and administrative software. To develop the New World Program, individuals such as the Ultimate Programmer, the Ultimate Neurologist, and the Ultimate Therapist are among the many talented people whose research results were utilized. By mounting a device to the cranium, the New World Program allows its subjects to experience a synthetic virtual world. Additionally, the Neo World Program is another feature. It can replace memories formed in the real world with information contained in the synthetic virtual world. Therefore, it is possible to undo trauma sustained in the real world through the use of the virtual world. However, this device is for some psychotherapeutic purposes only. Any other use is expressly forbidden. Though it is highly effective in treating brainwashing, abusing the device risks total personality destruction. Thus, extreme care must be exercised when operating this program. Oh? Slowly, everything around me turned black. Synthetic world, virtual world, program? A feeling of emptiness, like everything is being tainted. A feeling of weakness, like the world is collapsing beneath my feet. Everything is starting to feel meaningless. The desperate attempts to say the sad goodbye, the conflicts, the trust I've felt until now. It's all disappearing until all I feel is despair. Ah! I screamed loudly as if I was confirming the sound of my own voice. There's no way I can accept this. I am starting to accept that. There's no way something as crazy as this actually exists.
Nice!
You gotta raise the flags more in order to clear my character route. Now then, despair is waiting for you. Impossible. This is impossible. It's all made up. Everything's all made up. Made up? Including me too? Where am I now?
Hiya!
Hey, how you doing? Did you enjoy the Killing School trip? What? By the way, do you guys remember the speech I made at the beginning? From this point on, I promise you a world that truly deserves to be called a game. Boo-hoo-hoo! You guys are the only ones watching this who can save them. The end of this world is nigh. What you gonna do? What's gonna happen? Isn't it exciting? Isn't it heart-throbbing? Look forward to it. Boo-hoo-hoo! Whoa. This hallway. When we first arrived here, I walked down this hallway from the classroom to get to the gym. I didn't really see a resemblance, but...
Well?
Are you familiar with the placebo effect and the nocebo effect? Huh? The placebo effect is when your health improves after taking fake medicine that you believe is real, and the nocebo effect is the exact opposite, which means as long as the human brain controls all other bodily functions, if the brain believes something is real, it will become real. Why would you bring that up all of a sudden? Huh?
Oh my.
Huh? I am not sure. I do not fully understand. What the heck? Hey, Monokuma. The moment you discovered the truth was a lie! All hope would disappear. Boo-hoo-hoo! What the hell? Hi? What the hell? Is this floating? That's impossible. There's no way something this big would be floating like this. What in the world is it? At the moment I looked at the object. Doodle doo doo doodle doo. Doodle doo doodle doo. Alter Ego! Oh my god! 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 Welcome! Welcome to the Neo World Program. A person? Floating person is talking to me. Who is it? No, is this even a person in the first place? I'm not quite a person, I'm simply an artificial intelligence program. It would make me happy if you just called me Alter Ego. That is the name my master gave me when he created me. You can talk, but what are you? Alter Ego, artificial intelligence program? I am the master program behind the Neo World Program. I'm responsible for creating and overseeing the world. However, only the observer has the authority to directly influence you guys. I can't actually exert much influence, in fact. My existence is one that you don't normally meet. I'm sort of like an apartment manager or something. I may oversee the entire apartment building, but I lack the power to manage individual rooms. But the virus has infected everything I'm supposed to be managing. And because of that, the world I'm managing is acting very peculiar. Hold on. My brain can't follow what you're saying. Let me gather my thoughts first. Damn it, it's that feeling from earlier ago. Again, this floating like my feet are hovering above the floor. It's like I can feel my feet on the ground. Like I can't even believe my own existence. Hey, you should know, right? Where is this place? Tell me, what is the Neo World Program? NIS World Program has omitted the data collection procedure for shaping the entire world as such. Only the data we've collected during the experimental stage is being utilized. Specifically, that means the data detailing Jabberwock Island where the research facility is located. That is why the previous Jabberwock Island cityscape was restored. Okay, if I am to answer your question, where is this place? The answer would be mostly Jabberwock Island. Certain probations of it are different depending on your circumstances. For example, the school you're in. It appears this space is entirely under the virus's influence. That's probably why I'm appearing for you now. However, even without the virus, the circumstances are a bit unnatural. It seems the launch was rushed, and because of that, there wasn't enough time to collect any data. I'm sorry, I don't really know the circumstances of the outside world. After all, I'm simply the overseer of the NIS World Program. Most of its words. I understood what they meant, but I couldn't understand what was being said. There was no way for me to acknowledge it as the truth. It would make much more sense if this was a fictional world. Wait, are you saying this world is a fictional world? I feel like I can't believe what's going on here. This missing sense of reality. All the mysteries, all the truths. They're all just fiction. Is that... Even so, I need to know what the real world is. Hey, can you tell me? Hey, can you tell me, what was the NIS World Program used for in the first place? NIS World Program serves only one purpose. It is used to make the real world a splendid one. I guess you can say it's a program for creating hope. Program for creating hope? But the fact that we're here, the fact that we don't have our memories, that's all the program's fault, right? Deleting memory is the first step towards replacing a memory. Replacing memory data is one of the features of the NIS World Program. With the installed memory control unit, it is possible to remove any time period you set it to. And from there, you upload the memories obtained in the virtual world. Removing memories of any time period you set it to? So Monokuma was right, we did lose our school memories. But why? Why us? Why were our school memories taken away? There's a reason for that, right? That is a mystery to me too. Booting the program on the Survivors Hospi Academy while it's still in the experimental stage. I'm sure there was a very good reason. But unfortunately, I don't know what's happening in the outside world. I'm sorry. Are you saying we're lab rats? That's the only thing I can think of. It sounds like we're just lab rats. The Future Foundation did that to us. But they're trying to save the world, right? Or is the Future Foundation not our ally? I'm sorry, I can't provide that much help. If only I was more reliable. I wouldn't have lost my authority to a virus like this. All these new words make my head feel like it's about to burst. Can you tell me more about the Observer and the virus? Well, for this session, the NIS World Program was programmed to house 15 people, along with 2 monitors. 2 monitors? Yeah, they were disguised as a teacher and one of the students. They were intended to guide the participants in the way. By the way, the Observer in the teacher role has been given the authority to influence you all. But the Observer in the student role was not. They weren't given any special authority at all, so they seemed the same as everyone else. What kind of authority does the teacher role have? As an example, the teacher creates the rule of this world, and manages them. If the teacher is properly managing the rules they've created, there is no risk of abuse. But because of the virus infecting everything, that has changed. It changed the world where violence shouldn't have existed in the first place. The NIS World Program would have promised eternal peace. But just like the outside world, it's become a world filled with violence and death. What is that virus? I don't really know the details behind its true identity, but that function is beyond my capabilities. No matter how much I try to stop it, it behaves as if it already knows what I'm attempting to do. In the end, it stole the portion of my abilities which contains my authority to build the work. It was like it was Grandmaster chess player. I desperately tried to fight back so it wouldn't have complete control. But even so, a portion of the world has been modified to its convenience. She's probably talking about the Monokuma Rock and the Funhouse. Based on what she's saying, it sounds like she's on the receiving end of a one-sided attack. But Alter Ego should be an impressive artificial intelligence that the Future Foundation created. I can tell that just by communicating with her. Which means this supposed virus is so smart that it surpasses this Alter Ego. If so, does that virus possess an artificial intelligence? Damn it, what the heck? Artificial intelligence waging war against another one? That's so freaking irritating. But how did that virus infect the NIS World Program? The NIS World Program exists in isolation. It's impossible it was infected through a network. I'm fairly certain that someone physically uploaded it. Physically? Perhaps someone secretly brought an external memory drive containing the virus in the facility, and directly uploaded to the main computer where the NIS World Program is installed. Based on my calculations, that's more exactly what happened. It was brought to the Future Foundation's facility? But the only people who could enter that facility is someone who was a member of the Future Foundation. Damn it, what am I thinking? Why am I assuming that what I just heard is the truth? Why am I assuming everything's a lie? Observers. Neo-World program. But it's true that the virus is powerful and that I'm completely overwhelmed by it. But I'm still able to defend the essential areas. So there's a limit too. A limit? If it took over an observer, then it has to follow the rules of an observer. Such as, in order to end the program and release everyone, I need to follow the correct procedure and... Okay, even if you're just a god in the machine, that's enough hints from you. If you're gonna say any more, suppose that you exist between life and death. The death of yourself is inevitable. So if so, it can be parallel to deflection based on the definition of existence that constitutes a relationship. From there, the paradigm changes results by being cut off rapidly and causes a situation where your own existence is unobservable. Accelerates and crosses with the joint ownership of the world, and the situation from the context invites you. Death. Hey. Death. What the hell? What's going on? Oh. What the heck? What just happened? You're right. You're right there, aren't you? Someone is right there, right? Huh? Who are you? Are you different from the other one? Maybe you can't hear my voice from the side. Currently talking to the world through alter ego. Ever since you guys vanished into the space, the video's feedback has been pretty distorted. But even so, we're forced to watch you this entire time. Huh? The things you guys were forced to do, we were forced to watch it. Forced? I really wanted to save you right away, but because of the virus's interference, I couldn't. Our orders are no longer being accepted, including shutdown requests. The Neo-World program is beyond our control now. In that world, the person created an independent country that doesn't accept outside interference. But Alter Ego created an opportunity for me to speak to you directly. If this means that's working, then it means that person I need to talk to is right there, I hope. Except this guy can't hear you, even hear or see me. Just who is this guy anyway? Is he ally? Since there's no time, I'm going to say what I need to say and believe you are there listening to me. But first, I should apologize to everyone. I know apologizing won't help, but we didn't manage something like this would happen. We never expected such an atrocious virus was lurking inside the Neo-World program. But that's entirely our fault. It's our responsibility for not realizing it until it was too late. But it's not just the virus either. I can't say for sure that the program didn't have any problems in the first place. To tell you the truth, I was unsure about whether or not to run the program on you guys. But this was the only way to save you all. I wanted to save you guys. Save us? What did you want to save us from? Why would this save us? You've already seen the password to enter the graduation exam ground, right? You know, 11037? 11037, that's the number we found in Netsuri Castle. The door to the entry room was supposed to open after you've finished gathering the hope fragments. From there, you guys were supposed to challenge the graduation exam. However, I prepared the password just in case something went wrong. Like I said earlier, I had my doubts that this program was perfect. Even if the chance was slim, I thought the observer might end up going rogue. That's the reason I left the 11037 password in place where the teacher role would not be able to go. I never thought Nagato, who saw it first, would erase the password. Anyway, I'm also the person who set the password to the number. The number contains a secret. Someone close to me left that number to save me when I was in a dilemma. Can you understand what I'm trying to say? I'm entrusting this with will to you all. I've entrusted it to your future. But that person just trying to abuse the graduation exam. I'm sure they are going to crush you with despair using the graduation exam that's waiting for you. But I want you guys to endure it without giving up hope. I want you guys to withstand it until I get there. Because I have a secret to defeat them. Does that mean he has a secret plan to defeat Monokuma? In the worst case scenario, when an observer who has the role of teacher goes rogue, I prepared a hidden command to use at the graduation exam site. It's the forced shutdown sequence. Forced shutdown sequence? Even a teacher's authority cannot stop that command. It's a way to end this without that you guys can choose on your own, independently of the observer. Which means even if they stole the teacher's authority, they shouldn't be able to stop it. If you use that, you guys will win. However, in order to start the forced shutdown sequence, you need more than half the number of people. And in order to do that, I need to somehow get that number. Oh boy.
Say what?
What was that just now? Hey, Hajime, what was that witness just now? Nothing really. I see.
anyway.
Oh well, anyway, that's all the hints you're gonna get. If that's no good artificial intelligence tells you any more useless stuff, I'm gonna butt in again. Did Monokuma not notice what just happened? It's been a while since I've spoken at length, but it was important to talk to you. It was worth waiting a long time here. Hey, about that guy just now. There shouldn't be anything else for you to ask me. I see. It'd be bad if Monokuma overheard us. That means Monokuma doesn't know about the conversation I had with that guy just now. You guys have a weapon, a very powerful weapon. It all depends on how you guys use that weapon. The only thing I can do is prevent the virus's invasion with all my might, so you guys can use that weapon. The rest is up to you. I'll do your best. Do our best, huh? But what do you have to do? What do we have to do our best at? The mystery's getting solved. I finally started seeing the truth. But what are we supposed to do if the truth is really a lie? We know we're working towards a conclusion that nobody wants to hear. But still, do we really need to work hard and do our best? Is there really a reason to do our best? If everything was a lie, then isn't everything just meaningless? It's the same for the killings too. Even though we had to experience something as painful as that, something tragic as that, wouldn't all that be meaningless? When the world is flipped over and becomes so irrational, what am I supposed to do? 11037. Shutdown sequence. See ya, Chira. There we go.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in?
It's time for the long-awaited graduation exam. Please enter the red door located on the first floor of Hope's Peak Academy.
See you soon.
A red door, huh? It's just a waste of time thinking about what this means now. For now, I need to finish this. I need to just focus on that. It means this red door, right? Do I just have to go in here? If I do that, will this be finished? I can't look around. I can only look up and down. Guessing that means I can't look backwards. Is that what it means? I can't go back. I can't look back. Class trial, ground 1. This place.
Yo.
Looks like everyone's here.
Damn right.
Seems that this is going to be the final place.
However,
However, this place is... Is this a trial field? But why is it a trial field? Sure looks like a trial ground, but the vibe is way different than one before. We've been here before, right? Yeah, this place should be the place that the door of the ancient ruin leads to.
Hey.
Now, this is pretty strange that we've been in that other building up till now.
Damn it.
Looks like we're dreaming or something. This is a dream, then this too is very... So you finally arrived! Congratulations! You guys are the first ones to ever beat this game! After stopping by Hospital Academy, you finally come back to this place! To the graduation exam site with the ancient ruins of Jabberwock Island! You can give it a fancy name like graduation exam site, but it's no different than the trial ground from before. This trial field actually inspired the one from before! So in a way, this place is the original!
Hey, hey.
Who cares? The graduation exam means we can finally go home, right?
Of course.
If that's what you guys decide. And if we have to decide, what do we have to do?
Now then.
Please take a look at the LCD touch panel built into your seats. Compared to the other trials, the rules are much simpler this time.
Yes, indeed.
There are 2 options, graduate and repeat. You just have to choose one of them and press it. All of you will cast your votes, and whichever one has the majority will be considered your final decision. If you don't press either of them, it will be treated as absence and it will not be counted.
In other words,
Which means everyone who has died up till now will have their votes treated as absences.
then
And the result is based on a majority vote. If graduate is chosen by majority, from there an event that's kind of like a graduation ceremony called the graduation program will begin. Even if we do this stupid majority vote, this result is already pretty damn obvious. Come on, let's move this along. We can press it now, right?
no.
You can't do that yet. I mean, your resolve hasn't formed yet. You will to be swept away by society's harsh current. Who the hell cares? I'm gonna press it.
What's this?
My, which of your officers are you using to spew bile? To participate in the graduation program, you need my final say as your teacher, you know. What? Does that mean it won't end with just a majority vote?
That's right!
After the vote, I'm going to judge every single one of you to see if it's okay if you graduate or not.
Damn it!
So even if we vote, you're saying we won't graduate unless you acknowledge it?
Well...
I'm terribly sorry for being rude earlier.
No way!
But you don't have to worry. There's no way I won't acknowledge your graduations. This is merely a formality. I'm just doing it because that's how it has to be. He's doing it because it has to be? Doesn't mean he can exert his will over everything. He too has a limit. Is this what alter ego is talking about? Anyway, even if you don't want to do it, you guys still need to do it to solve the mystery. Afterwards, you can cast your majority votes, and from there, we move on to the graduation program. But why do we have to go through something so dumb? Well, that is. You said you were waiting for the main cast, right? Which means you're just stalling for time, then. Who's the main cast? Oh, no, don't worry about that. It has nothing to do with you guys.
That is...
There's no way it has nothing to do with us. We're the ones who are involved, you know?
So
It doesn't matter if you're involved or not. You're just a bunch of chumps in the big picture. This has nothing to do with you. Just perform your roles without complaining.
You pissed me
Hold on,
off.
what's with that chump comment?
I can't ignore that.
That's not important, or anything, but make sure you turn off that toy.
I won't
How
forgive
dare you treat him like a toy.
What's this?
I did treat him like a toy. You got a problem with that? I created everything. You're usually picking a fight with me. I'm basically a god. Just how promising can you guys be? I guess this is just the nature of life. Find them before you die. See my power into your memories. Oh, are we up to the trial now? Well then, let's go there.